Well, g'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. Listen, if you've been watching our channel for a little while now, you'll know that we love a free camp, and when we can't find a free camp, we look for a low cost one.
We do.
We think we found a pretty good one this week, don't we, Al?
We have. Where are we today?
This week we're at Forrest Beach. We're just outside of Ingham. This place is absolutely beautiful. We think you're going to love it. Come and join us for the adventure. Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Alison.
We decided a couple of years ago that we'd work hard and save all of our money and start living life on our own terms.
So we bought a caravan and hit the road on a trip for two all around Australia.
So why not come and join us every week for our adventures? All right, Forrest Beach. We said at the start it was low cost, and it is. This camp costs you $15 a night to stay here. That's for the two of us, though, isn't it?
It is for the car.
And for the 15 bucks, you get a place, obviously, to stay, which is about 150 metres from the beach. In fact, you can see the beach from our caravan.
We can, yes.
You get hot showers, you get toilets, you get a dump point, you get fresh water.
Yes.
You've got a supermarket directly across the street. You've got a takeaway shop that we can vouch for sells pretty good fish and chips.
I was going to say it's very good fish and chips and other meals as well.
And there's also a chemist and a hairdresser's over there. So it's a beautiful spot, isn't it?
It is. And their foreshore, they've made lovely use of their foreshore. Lots of playgrounds, lots of open areas, picnic areas, you know, the tables and the barbecues. So, and wide open spaces for everyone to run free.
It's excellent. And what we found in all of the barbecue sheds, or nearly all the barbecue sheds, was there's power outlets. So you can come down, you can charge your phone, you can plug in your laptop, you can do whatever you like while the kids come down and play, have a barbecue for dinner. Just a great spot to come and stay, isn't it?
It is. It is.
The camp caretaker, he comes to visit you every night just to make sure that you've paid your $15. He actually checks your receipt for that.
He does.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
They give you a good facility, you should pay for that.
It is. Yeah.
He did get rid of a couple of people that were trying to camp in cars or tents because you can't use those here. You've got to be fully self-contained. They even check to make sure you've got a grey water storage, and they won't accept it if you just pour it into a bucket. That was something important to know.
It is, yeah.
But he does give you a good rundown of the area, and he lets you know the sorts of things that you can do that were in drivable distance. And in fact, today we went to Wallaman Falls, which we're going to show you right now. Good morning. Well, we've come out for a bit of an adventure today, Al. Where are we?
Wallaman Falls.
We are. This has the longest drop in either Queensland, Australia or the Southern Hemisphere. I can't remember, I just read it, but I'll drop it anyway. Tell you where it was. But these things are absolutely magnificent, aren't they?
It's impressive. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah,
I've seen a few people come here, but yeah, it's not until you come that you really truly appreciate what you're seeing.
That's right, the TV does not pay it justice. You've got to come and see it in person. But anyway, We'll try and give it some justice. I'll throw the drone up, give you a bit of a look around. This is the walking track to the base of the falls. It is quite steep. They give you a warning at the top to say that if you're not fit, don't do it, because people have died doing this, particularly just through heat exhaustion or heat stroke rather. on hot days. So make sure you're well prepared if you're going to come down and do the walk. We're only going to go down a little way today. So we'll do a little bit and see if we can see a bit more of the falls, but if not, we'll just turn around and come back up. But the total walk is 4Ks return, so you're 2Ks down, 2Ks back. So if you think about it like this, you walk 2Ks downhill, you're definitely going to be walking 2Ks back uphill when you're coming back up. So it is beautiful though. The gorge is amazing, isn't it, Al?
Oh, it's spectacular.
It is, yes. It is. It's really high walls, and yeah, the GoPro's never ever going to do it justice.
No.
No, beautiful walk though.
Unfortunately, but it is amazing.
Yep. All right, well, let's just push on for another couple of 100 metres and see how we go. Yep. You go deeper into the rainforest and the track changes from a tarred sort of well-defined track to more of a dirt track with a few rocks and things to step over, which is exactly what they spoke about on the sign at the top there. But as you go down, there's plenty of signs for things to read about. This one's about the stinging trees, which I think the Aboriginals call milli milli, which is certainly something you don't want to touch. But 300 metres down from the car park, you come to the gorge lookout, which is quite spectacular.
Are you following me?
Just the gorge is spectacular, isn't it, Al?
It is quite spectacular.
Yeah. You can see the river where it meanders in between her at the bottom of the valley here. And as you walk along the track going back up, and I'll drop in some footage, but I'm not sure how good the GoPro got it, there's other waterfalls that are falling down to this level, and they're as big as any other waterfall that we've seen up here since we've been here. And yet the main fall at Wallaman just absolutely dwarfs everything here. All right, Al, what do you think of Wallaman Falls?
Oh, they were beautiful.
Weren't they? Yeah.
Yes, I've seen them on TV before, but nothing like it is in real life to see.
I think we've said that about 3 times now, but that's the truth. The drive up here, it's a very steep road as you come up through the range.
Yes.
I wouldn't suggest that you drive your caravan up here, but we know people will give it a crack, but it's very tight. Some of the corners are very, very tight.
Yes.
I'll drop in a bit of footage and show you what it's like. But when we got to the top of the hill, there was a guy here with a van. He looked like he was trying to cool down. On the way up and down, there's only one point that you can actually stop. Which is at a lookout about halfway down the range. So if you needed to either cool an engine or cool brakes, that would be the only spot you could do it in.
Safely.
Yeah, but I'd say, you know, like, and this is only what I think, I definitely wouldn't bring a caravan up here.
I wouldn't bring a caravan up here, no.
Wouldn't even think about it. But there are some campgrounds up here. So what we'll do is we'll take you for a drive, we'll give you a look at the campgrounds, and we'll give you a bit of a look at the road or the track up here, and then we'll stop at the lookout about halfway down that looks out across the valley, and back, I think, across towards Ingham, I'm pretty sure, but anyway, we're going to have a look at that. Oh, and just while I say Ingham, as you know, we're at Forrest Beach at the moment. It was a 70-kilometre drive up here, and it's about 50 k's out of Ingham.
Yes.
Yeah, or you can camp in the campgrounds we're about to show. So anyway, let's get on. All right, so we're just going to go down to the campgrounds now. Give a bit of a look around down there. We're not sure how far in they are, but they shouldn't be too far away. There's also cassowary up here too, isn't there? That's one of the only animals that we haven't seen in our journey so far, so hopefully we get to see one.
I know they're about, because I've seen other people travelling in a similar area as us have put it up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they've seen them. I was like, oh, me.
All right, so here we are at the campgrounds.
Okay. They look quite nice.
They do, yeah. Yeah, quite well set out. A lot of rooftopers. There's a few camper trailers down here. In fact, I've just driven into a site.
I was going to say, I think you're in a site.
Yeah, I thought I was on the ring road, but I wasn't.
I think down there's the ring road. I'm not quite sure.
Anyway, I can see they've got some toilets here. We'll go down the bottom. It looks like they might have a bit of a camp kitchen or something, which is something good the national parks offer now, because more and more of them are doing it. See them up around Fraser, don't you?
Yeah, Central Station.
I don't know if it's sure Central Station had it, but certainly
it had,
it's
barbecues and stuff.
Dunderbar, and that's got it.
Yeah. I was like trying to think where we saw them.
And you're right in the rainforest here, which is really nice, and there's a few walks that you can do out of here as well, so it'd be a nice place to come and camp. But yeah, I'd probably just bring the swag up for this one, leave the van at the bottom of the hill. Yeah, good camp kitchen.
Oh, there's a camp kitchen. Oh, wonderful. beachy up there. Just here. Oh,
Do too. Geez, you don't see too many of those around anymore, do you?
no, you're right.
Yep.
The ranger's here. I saw the ranger up at the falls as well. Yeah, it's probably a tent slash rooftop camper trailer type area.
Very nice. So yeah, if you come up to Wallaman Falls, you want to spend the night and go out and see the falls, or maybe do the falls walk, or a few of the other bush walks that you can do around the area here. This might be your first place that you come to. Set yourself up, base yourself for a day or two, and get out and explore the area, because it's really pretty.
It is quite pretty.
So this is the drive along the top of the ridge. Once you come to the top of the mountain and you're heading up towards Wallaman Falls, and it's beautiful. I just can't get enough of the way the forest grows over the tops of the roads and creates. We've seen this just about everywhere we've been in North Queensland.
Yeah, it's a bit of a signature of North Queensland.
It is, it is. And this is also the stretch where you may or may not see a cassowary. So we'll keep our eyes peeled. I'll slow down a little bit. We'll let you know if we see one. So when you come down, there's a little pull-off area that you can do here, and it's also where the lookout's located. So we'll go in. Just be cautious if you come up here, like, well, we're up here now. There's a couple of big holes where the drain used to be. This is the other spot I told you about. Might be an area you might be able to cool your brakes down, or your engine down coming up or down the range if you bring a van up. Alright, so this is the lookout. We just walked down from the car park. It was an easy walk straight down the hill. If you have a look out there, you can see a straight road, I think. That's the road that we'll drive out on, but you still got to drive about another 5 k's around this mountain to get down there. But it's a beautiful view. We'd love to see it on a really sunny day, eh?
Oh, it'll be amazing.
We're just talking about Keith Payne. It's the Keith Payne Memorial Gardens.
Oh, okay.
Or Botanical Gardens.
These are the botanical gardens in Ingham. And you said they were the Keith Payne ones?
Keith Payne, yeah. So if you don't know who Keith Payne was, he won the Victoria Cross with the Australian Army training team in Vietnam. Okay, so we're just coming up onto the sugar mill here in Ingham, and we're pretty sure the guy told us yesterday it's the biggest, at least the biggest one in Queensland, and it's indicated by the 3 stacks. He said most of the others you'll see will only have 1 stack or maybe 2, but we drove past this this morning on our way out to the falls, and it's absolutely enormous, isn't it, El?
It is, but it's probably not got much sugarcane there at the moment.
Oh, look at this. So all of these rail cars here are just chock-a-block of the waiting to go in.
Yes.
And I think that's the stuff that's like the overflow from the crush after
they
they've
use
done
that.
it.
I can't remember what they use it for.
Yeah, there's a product they use it in. I can't remember what it is either. But yeah, every part of the every bit of the sugar cane is used, so and it's not necessarily just for sugar.
No.
Yeah. So just pop the camera over here so you can see the place. So that's it in there. It's bloody enormous. Alright, and I think it's out at Lucinda. We might get a chance to go out there, and if we do, we'll show you. If not, I'll let you know now. It's got the big dock out there for the sugar cane. So they it's about 5.5 kilometres long is where they load the ships with the sugar. But here's there's more of the thing.
Oh yes, more of the plant.
Well, as you know, Ali and I don't come to too many caravan parks, but we did come to one for tonight. We're just north of Townsville at a place called Crystal Creek Caravan Park, and it's really nice. It was $38 a night. That was power and water. Our only reason we come here is we have some friends who are travelling from Western Australia. In fact, it was an old army buddy, the Doc, and I hadn't seen him for, God, I think we worked out about 35 years, so we met up here last night and we had a couple of drinks and a good chat. It was really good to catch up, and we look forward to seeing him when we get back over to Western Australia, or at least somewhere on the road as we travel around. But anyway, while we're here, I'll give you a quick look around the caravan park because this is quite nice. All right, Levan Park was absolutely great. There's plenty of big drive-through sites to get into, really green, lots of great gardens. They put a bit of a tree wall in between each of the sites, which makes you feel like your site's your site. There's a toilet block there, obviously camp kitchen and a great swimming pool. It's just off the Bruce Highway, so you do get a little bit of road noise, but nothing to be concerned about. Today we're heading off to Charters Towers. We're going to be off grid for probably about 2 nights. I'm just topping off the water, but I think I spoke to you once before about just how much water we stick into the van. We just sort of plan it out. We know we're going to be there for about 2 days. We've got plenty of drinking water on board. So I'm just using the gauge I got here from Topogy. It tells me how much water I'm putting into the tank. I'm just going to throw 90 litres in, and then I'll just add that onto my app like I've showed you before. And that's our water for the next couple of days, so it's pretty good. What I love about it is I know exactly how much weight I just put into the van. In this case, it'll be an extra 90 kilos. So, yeah, great piece of gear.
So this is our free camp just outside Charters Towers. We pulled in last night for a quick stop. We ducked into Charters Towers and did a little bit of shopping at Woolies to pick up the last little bits of essentials. And we got some fuel. So this is actually down by the river. The river's not really flowing too much at the moment. Beside a train track. Wasn't too many trains last night, but it's quite big an area. Toilets and showers. I think the showers, Steve said, were cold showers, but showers, picnic areas, bins, and it's really quite a big piece of land that they've made available for campers. They've asked that if you have fires, just make sure you put them out before you leave. And it looks like there's been some fire rings as well over time. So, yeah, if you're passing through Charters Towers and the campgrounds, the caravan parks are full, and it looked like they were pretty full last night when we drove into Charters Towers. Drop on out here. It's a nice little spot for an overnighter or a few days.
Campground's quite large, isn't it?
It is a very large campground. Reminded me a bit of Longreach being just the vast nature of the grounds.
Yeah, and people seem to be camped everywhere and there's plenty of space for everyone, yet last night a bloke pulled up on top of us.
Typical, you park, it was almost like the caravan mentality. I have to park exactly the same way, and
Exactly, could have reached out his window and scratched me bum. It was that close. But anyway, this, I don't know if Alison mentioned it before, but this was one of Leichhardt's camps when he came out here in 1845. In fact, it was just on the opposite side of the river. So as we go across the bridge this morning, I'll just get Al to shoot a bit of footage as we go across, and the other bank, or the western bank, is where Leichhardt and his crew set up for a while.
we'll stop, won't we?
Oh yeah, we're going to stop because we're going to show you some flood levels.
Yes.
Yeah, so the old Burdekin River, she gets flooded in the wet season, and you wouldn't think it out here because we're miles away from it anywhere, but yeah, it's very, very interesting. We drove past it yesterday and I saw one flood level and it was unbelievable. Anyway, we'll show you when we get there. So here's the river. This is the river, and you can't camp down there, but obviously that doesn't hold people back. But anyway, it's not a bad spot, but apparently this is where Leichhardt and his crew set up when they come up through here. And we'll just pull off the side of the road here and show you the flood marker. Alright, so as you come across the Burdekin River here at McCrossan, and that's where we stayed last night at the free camp,
yep,
you come to a flood marker which is indicates the size of all the floods. And I suppose for older people like me, you'd be familiar with the 74 floods, but for younger people, you'd be definitely familiar with maybe the 2011, definitely the 2019 floods. So I'll show you where they come to. So if you just have a look here on the flood indicator, There's 74, but it flooded twice here in 74, so 74 there. We go up a little bit further and there's 74. There's 2012. Go a little bit higher, we find 2011 and 2019 being our, I want to say, our most recent major flooding out here. And then check it out all the way at the top there, at about 22 metres, is 1946. That's incredible.
It is.
That is huge.
Even 1998 and 2009 is just below the 20.5 metre mark. It's quite incredible to see it. To be honest.
It's huge. And then when we just showed you the bridge and we showed you how far under the bridge that water was at the moment. So when you go to that 22 metre mark for 1946, that must have definitely flooded the town. Definitely flooded town. But Ali and I would be standing at least, I reckon, 6 to 7 metres underwater at that flood level right now.
Oh,
and above the river at the moment, we're probably a good 20 metres above it. It is huge, isn't it?
That is quite amazing to see, to be honest.
Biggest flood marker I've ever seen. Here's the original flood marker, right there. Obviously wasn't going to cut it, and that's when they had to install this bugger.
Wow.
All right, so the plan for today is we're going to push on down to Hewenden. I'm going to use an army term here. We're going to have an admin stop down there. He's going to stop the day. He's going to do a bit of work. He's going to do a bit of stuff around the caravan, and then we're going to pick up and move on from there and head down towards Muddaborough and Arama.
Yes.
We're not stopping in Charters Towers this time round, so sorry. We're not going to film too much in there, but we will shoot a bit of footage as we go through or around the township, just to give you a bit of a look around at that. We did stay here about 5 or 6 years ago, we worked out.
Yeah, it was quite a long time ago actually.
It was.
And we did stop and do a lot of things in the town at the time.
Yeah. You go up onto the hill and you can check all that out. There's an old gull battery up there, miniature kangaroos, there's World War II relics from a US base up there, which was very interesting.
It was interesting.
And it had some interactive videos and stuff in it, so you can actually stand in one of the bunkers and it's shaped, they made it out like you're inside a bomber and you're going to drop some bombs on a target. So that was quite interesting to do.
It was very interesting.
It was, because they put the TV screen below your feet, so you're actually looking down at the ground when the bombs go. So yeah, that was very interesting. And then you've got the stock exchange in town where you can go and have scones and jam and cream, which was quite nice. I think from memory it was about $7 to $8. But the significance of the stock exchange, it was Australia's most busiest at one point because they used to trade all the gold through there. So that was quite busy. There's a lot of history in Charters Towers, and it's well worth a day or two to come out and have a good look around. So
yeah, it is. Yeah,
but unfortunately for us this time it was just an overnighter, and then we're going to move on further on because we've got to get to a football grand final to watch the Penrith Panthers destroy the Broncos in 3 days' time. All right, let's go. Come down into Charters House. Just going to a quick stop just to give you a bit of a look around to show you where the dump point and the water point is, but more importantly, the monument they've got to gold mining. We were here a couple of years ago, weren't we?
We were, yes, and I think they were doing some upgrades to it then, so it looks like they've completed it. It looks really good.
Yeah, it was all still in construction, so they finished a plaza here behind us which wasn't there.
No.
And the rocks that are over there painted gold were not painted gold last time we were here. But anyway, we'll give you a bit of a look around. So Charters Towers was a huge gold mining town back in the day, and they've got a great monument here to gold mining.
This was opened in December 22. Oh, sorry, yeah, December 22.
That's why we never saw it last time, because we were in 2018. Yeah. The Pioneer Cemetery is something that we looked at last time we were here. That was quite interesting to go for a bit of a walk around there. We've told us a couple of times before that we don't mind going out and looking at a cemetery from time to time, because you do learn a little bit about the locals who used to live here. And that one was quite interesting out there, wasn't it? It was quite an old one. A lot of pioneers out there, and everybody seemed to die in their 30s. I don't know, maybe that was just the time, I suppose. It was very, very hard life in those days. But
hard life, yes.
Yeah, this is a great little thing here. Yeah, last time we were here, all they had was the world, and they didn't have anything else here, but now it's all come in and it looks really nice. And I'll drop it in, but they've got a goal here they want to get 100,000 visitors to the site. So there's a little QR code over there you can scan, gives you your unique visitor number, so they know where you are. Yeah, or not so much so they know who you are, so you know what number you were. It probably was just to know where you are.
Big brother's watching.
Exactly. Gold mining was Charters Towers. Check out all the mining companies that were here in 1892. So in total there was 101 different mining companies. This is the remains of an actual gold mine that was here, and that is the shaft. I'll just see if I can get down in there. Obviously you can't go inside, but yeah, it's still here from back in the day. Would have been a hell of a way to earn a living, but people risk life and limb to do it. Mine structure that's here, but like all the signs we find out west, the sun got it. Surely someone can come up with a better idea. It's just over there's the dump point, there's some bins, and there's also some potable water you can get here as well. So good little stop, plenty of room to park your caravan. And very easy to get into. Just up ahead of us is Tower Hill. You might be able to see all the different radio towers and stuff up there. There's an old battery up there, which is, this was a hard rock gold mining area. So the way I understand it, the batteries were exactly that. They pounded rock to extract the gold to come out of them. But I'm going to drop in some photos that we took from up there, because there's an interactive centre you can go up and have a look at. Great for sunset, great for sunrise. You get a fantastic view off the top of the hill there.
Oh, there's the hill again. That'll be a better view.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, it's really good to go up there.
It is, yeah.
You get a great view.
You do, and if you follow Google Maps, it does take you a little bit of a four-wheel drive track, but don't be too concerned about that. It's, I think everybody I've spoken to who's been here and followed Google Maps has ended up going exactly the same way. But yeah, it's not too bad, but there are other signs that you can take which will run you up the road.
Yeah, a better way that takes you to a beautiful car park.
Yes.
I don't know what happened.
Well, that's the end of another great week on the road. Ali and I really hope that you enjoyed the episode. Come and join us next week when we go to visit some family and do a little bit of work in Emerald. If you haven't already done so, make sure you like and subscribe before you leave, and hit us up with any comments you got about today's episode. You have yourself a great week. We'll see you next Saturday. Bye bye.